For one, am grateful, Mrs. Bush, that they are finally bringing civilization to this savage land.
I could not agree with you more, my dear. My daddy settled this land, and I know he'll be looking down on us, pleased at how we help the natives.
Yes, they've lost their land, but they've gained access to heaven.
But Father, do you mean unless an innocent receives communion, they're destined to go to hell? It hardly seems fair.
What I mean to say, Jenny, is that there is a great deal of difference between an innocent and a savage.
I never thought of it that way.
Yes, they lived like animals, but they're happier now.
Not only do people now have motor cars, Father, but I heard that pretty soon we will be able to fly.
No, only angels can fly, Jenny.
No, apparently people can fly. Didn't you hear? Out in Kansas, a man even got a car to fly.
I hardly think so, Jenny.
Apparently, Mr. Johns wants to run for governor, which is why he's so concerned with cleaning up the state.
Nate Johns.
Yes.
His family is nothing but hillbilly trash that came here after the war. I don't want to be judgmental, but this state should not be ruled by such a disgusting family. A family without class.
Apparently, the Johns family have made a lot of money, and he has a lot of friends in politics.
Mrs. Bush, money isn't everything. There are many things that money cannot buy.
It seems that money can buy voters, though.
What you must remember, my dear, is that we have been brought here to spread the word. And the word and civilization, they are the same thing. They are the gifts. It is the opportunity we have, the chance to live among people who are decent and who do not kill each other, and who let you worship in peace.
It's so confusing, Father. Sometimes I find it impossible to make the distinction between a loving act and a hateful one. I mean, they often seem to be the same thing.
Yes, Jenny, it is confusing. But you only have to ask me if you need help.
Indeed.
Well, here we are, Mrs. Bush. Armadillo.
Fala galera, tamo junto aqui em mais uma série do canal. Dessa vez aqui a gente vai começar a nossa série de Red Dead Redemption 1, tá bom? O primeiro jogo aí, né? Aqui é a versão de PC, remasterizada, 1080p, tudo em português, as legendas. E guys, muito ansioso aqui pra começar essa série aqui no canal, porque o tanto que eu amo Red Dead Redemption, eu já zerei o primeiro na época do PlayStation 3, zerei o segundo umas 3 ou 4 vezes, e estamos aqui agora na nossa nova série aqui do canal, Red Dead Redemption 1, remasterizado pro PC em 1080p, 60 FPS, bonitinho, tá? Olha isso, que delícia. Tudo bem, né? Cara, vamos aqui, vamos seguir a história, né? Aqui pro salão.
You must be John Marston.
Sometimes.
I'm Jake. Your friends from Blackwater hired me to guide you. They ain't my friends, but pleased to meet you, Jake.
I got the horses saddled up and ready out front.
Vamos lá. Vamos seguir aqui o Jake. Que diferença, cara. É o E? Como é que faz o cavalo correr? O shift? Nossa, tem que apertar o shift várias vezes. Nossa, calma.
Slow down.
So it's Fort Mercy you want to visit?
That's right.
Ain't taking nobody up to the fort in a long time. Strange place for a decent fella to want to visit, if you don't mind me saying.
Who said I was a decent fella?
It's been abandoned for years now. Folks say it was built during the Mexican War. What kinds of soldiers around back then?
Why'd they leave?
Well, I ain't entirely sure. I heard they had to go up north to fight Indians, or maybe they got tired of being soldiers and went looking for gold. You know how things is. So what are you doing up at the fort?
I'm looking for an old friend.
Well, like I says, you ain't gonna find many folk around those parts these days. Those you do find are about as sociable as most reading back to you. I mean, I ain't one to judge a man by the company he keeps, but...
Well, he ain't been friends for a long time.
Are you planning on spending any time in Armadillo, Mr. Marston?
I doubt it. I ain't planning on staying very long.
Well, if you're fixing for some female company, you can do a lot worse than Armadillo. Fine as cream gravy they are. Not like Thieves Landing. Dang, those girls ain't even fit for a drinking man to hole up with.
I'm a married man, I'm afraid.
Ain't we all?
Cara, incrível. Eu ainda não joguei, essa é a primeira vez que eu tô jogando.
Yeah, so it was the marshal who hired me. Lee Johnson, do you know him?
I think I heard his name.
Says he got a telegram from some Blackwater big bugs asking for a guide. I guess it's none of my business.
That's right.
É a primeira vez que eu tô jogando o remake, né, o remaster. Aqui no PC e, cara, tá muito bonito.
You ain't very talkative, are you?
Nope.
I'm just chewing the dog, mister. It's how I am. I don't mean nothing by it.
Trust me. There's things you better off not knowing.
Cara, isso tá muito bonito.
I'll tell you, Mr. Marston, those coyotes eat better than I do. Not far now. You'll see the fort when you get to the top of this hill.
Ah, mas aí ele tá indo pra lá.
Let's go.
Draga.
Listen, mister. This here's what's left of Fort Mercer. Some gang rode in and took the place over.
So I understand.
This is where we part ways, friend. You have yourself a good time.
Tá, vamos se aproximar. Fort Mercer.
Bill! Bill, I've come for you! Williamson! Come out here right now!
Go away now, John. Don't make me kill you.
Nobody needs to kill anyone, Bill.
You must think I was born yesterday. You always did think I was an idiot.
That ain't fair, Bill. You were as my brother. I've come to try to save you.
Oh. Do I look like I need saving?
Bill, please. They want to kill us all. I can help you.
Well, you never tried to save me before. You only seemed to save yourself.
Bill, I implore you think about this.
You implore me? You implore me. You always were one for fancy words. Oh. Well, things are different now, John. Now I'm in charge! No more Dutch! And no more you. Implores. I implores you to go back and tell them to send someone just a little bit more impressive next time.
Well?
Oh. Poor John.
Well, you're alive.
So it would seem.
So, how do you feel?
I don't know the polite word for it.
I do. Stupid is the word we use around here. What were you doing?
I was doing something stupid.
Well, you'll be okay. Once you didn't die, the doctor said you'd be fine. He got the bullets out a couple days ago.
Good.
It cost us $15.
I'm sorry, madam. Should have left me there to die.
Did you want to die? I mean, was that it? Was that why you went straight out to Fort Mercer and picked a fight with the worst bandit in the county? To die, Mr.
Mr. Marston. John Marston.
Bonnie McFarlane. Miss Bonnie McFarlane.
Well, you may be right, Miss McFarlane. I don't know.
Huh. So what were you doing?
Trying to give Mr. Williamson a chance. For old time's sake.
You know Bill Williamson?
Knew him. Long time ago.
Well, what was he like?
Dumb.
Just like you.
Thank you, miss. See my hat?
I have. And, what will you do now?
Now I'm gonna take my time and go after him the less kind way.
Well, that sounds very fun, Mr. Marston. Quite heroic, just like in those penny dreadfuls my brother used to read. Meanwhile, if you'll excuse me, I've got a ranch to run. Of course, if you're feeling better, why not take a ride with me later and help me patrol the perimeter? You can earn back some of that money we wasted on doctor's bills.
Of course. And thank you for saving my life, I mean.
Next time, Mr. Marston, I strongly recommend you don't try to lose it quite so earnestly.
I'll bear that in mind.
E esse é o começo de Red Dead Redemption 1. Dificilmente quem vai estar assistindo esse vídeo não jogou ou não sabe a história do Red Dead Redemption 2, que ele é um prequel, né? Ele se passa antes do Red Dead Redemption 1. Eu não vou falar muito do contexto, porque eu planejo fazer uma série de Red Dead Redemption 2. E também porque vai explicando muitas coisas aqui e eu não quero dar spoiler, né? Porque pode ser que eu acabe falando alguma coisa que seja spoiler lá na frente e tudo mais. Mas, cara, vamos seguindo a história desse jogo, sem pensar muito no segundo. Um pouco difícil, porque eu joguei muito segundo, mas vamos lá.
Back in the land of the living, I see.
Figured it's about time I started paying back that $15.
Well, no time to waste. The horses are saddled up over here.
Cara, de verdade, os gráficos desse jogo, cara, estão incríveis. Estão incríveis mesmo. Não sei, né? Eu tomara que...
It's also where we lock up good-for-nothing outlaws, such as yourself.
I'm happy enough with my current quarters right now, Miss McFarland.
Não sei se no vídeo, né,
Still ride a horse.
vai estar tão...
Let's make a ranch so you can get your bearings.
tão bonito, mas, cara, tomara que sim. Tomara que sim.
To your right is the general store. You won't find Parisian high fashion, but it's good for the essentials.
Very convenient. I don't think I've ever seen a ranch with its own store before.
And here's the corral. This one's for the horses. What do you think?
I'm no expert, but it certainly looks like a fine corral.
I suspect you've stolen more horses than you've broken.
Now, where'd you get such an idea?
First impressions are hard to erase.
Incrível, cara. Incrível.
That's the train station. Things sure have changed since the line finally got finished, bringing in all sorts of new folk like yourself.
Is that such a bad thing?
Change is only good when it makes things better. Yeah! That's the barn over there. Paul built it himself when I was just a little girl.
Slow down.
And here we are, back at the house. Let's stop for a while before we head out on patrol.
You'll get no complaints from me, Miss McFarland.
How are you today? Well, are we going inside?
Cara, faz muito tempo que eu joguei o Red Dead Redemption 1. Muita coisa que eu não lembro. Juro pra vocês, de todo o coração, tem muita coisa que eu não lembro desse jogo.
How about a cold drink, Mr. Marston?
Thank you, ma'am. Getting shot, then riding a horse seems to take it out of you. I could use a rest.
Sure. Come on in. I'll show you the house and then you can sit for a while.
Thank you.
Mr. Marston,
Miss McFarland.
remember me telling you about the trouble we've been having with rustlers and other undesirables?
I do?
Will you help me keep watch on the property line this evening?
Sure.
I want to see just who is trespassing on our land.
This is a fine weapon.
Come, let's head out. The country is really beautiful at around this time. Come on, then. Let's mount up and take a look around.
Aqui, diferente
Keep
do...
your eyes open and try not to get yourself shot again.
Aqui, diferente do Red Dead Redemption 2, a gente consegue carregar um arsenal de armas, né? Então não vai ser um problema muito grande.
Mr. Marston. I feel a lot happier someone's along with me.
I feel a lot happier now I got a rifle.
Well, with your trigger itch and my feminine intuition, we should make quite a team.
Até de noite o jogo tá bonito.
I don't believe it. Those damn rabbits are back. Give me a hand with them, will you? Whoa! Come on then. Time to put that bloodlust of yours to good use. Nice shooting. You got one. That's it. Kill those little varmints. Good shot. You're a good shot, Mr. Marston. Them rabbits didn't stand a chance.
Bem diferente.
Patrol the rest of the property.
Cara, muito diferente do Red Dead Redemption 2. Nossa, cara, que diferença.
Let's get going. We've still got plenty of ground to cover. Come on, boy. If it's not the rustlers stealing our cattle, it's the rabbits stealing our crops.
It ain't never easy living off the land like this. Maybe you should move to a big city. Become a lady of...
Damn coyotes, you're fast. We can't afford to lose any more livestock. Kill him, Mr. Marston.
This is turning nasty.
Hurry, I got this one straight to the chicken.
Come on. Whoa there. Whoa. Come on.
Incrível.
You know, you can actually handle a rifle.
It's something I've had a little experience in.
Maybe Bill Williamson did get lucky after all.
Luck didn't really come into it, miss.
You're a useful man to have around the ranch, that's for sure. But don't think I've forgotten what brought you here. We'll do whatever we can to help you.
I sure appreciate that, Miss McFarland.
Sem palavras para descrever esse jogo.
Here we are. Thank you for your help, Mr. Marston. Makes me kind of happy I saved your life. Get some sleep and I will see you in the morning.
Good night, Miss McFarland.
Please be aware of a social disease carried by a certain young lady.
Tem uns trajes aqui. Ok. Munição. Beleza. E guys, eu não vou estender muito esse vídeo. Porque a introdução, né, é isso. A média de tempo para essa série aqui eu tô planejando em 25 minutos por ali. Essa gravação já tá com 27, mas vai ter os cortes. Mas é isso. Cara, incrível até agora. Eu vou fazer de tudo pra, cara, zerar esse jogo aqui com vocês. Eu adoro Red Dead Redemption, adoro Rockstar Games. E não vai ser a única série do canal, tá? Eu não vou dar spoiler. Mas, bom, eu quero falar com vocês, né? Vamos salvar o jogo aqui. Quero falar com vocês sobre o canal, né? Sobre o andamento dos vídeos e tudo mais. É um papo bem rápido mesmo. Só para encerrar aqui o vídeo de hoje. E, bom, galera. O que eu quero falar com vocês, né? Primeiro eu quero agradecer aí a galera que gostou do vídeo do Gran Turismo 4 e do Parallel Lines, né? Do Velhos Tempos. Foram vídeos ali bem interessantes que eu fiz. Eu gostei pra caramba de fazer os dois. Principalmente o do Driver, né? Eu achei... eu fiz ele bem editadinho, bem bonitinho. E... bom, eu quero falar alguma coisa importante com vocês sobre... qual que vai ser aqui, né? A rotina do canal, né? Quais dias vão ter vídeos e etc. E aqui eu anotei, né? Porque eu tenho uma colinha que eu fiz aqui pra mim. Bom... segundas... eu vou fazer aqui os vídeos aleatórios, né, soltos para vocês. E terças também. Aí quartas vai ser vídeos de série. Quinta eu tô pensando em fazer react ou um vídeo comentando sobre algum assunto do mundo dos games, tecnologia e etc. Sextas, na verdade, também vai ser vídeos ou de jogos aleatórios ou alguma série do canal, dependendo de como for o retorno. E sábado a gente vai aí fazer, vai ser os vídeos de Velhos Tempos, né? A série do Velhos Tempos, porque ela requer roteiro, ela requer uma edição mais aprimorada, um cuidado um pouco maior, então, né? Eu vou produzindo ao longo da semana e aí no sábado eu vou postar pra vocês. E, cara, é isso, né? E domingo vai ser o dia que eu vou deixar pra fazer a edição dos vídeos, fazer o roteiro e tudo mais. Então, o único dia que não vai ter vídeo no canal é domingo, tá? Mas de segunda a sábado eu tô planejando aí trazer vários vídeos, né? Então, vamos deixar então segundas e sextas, né? Em vez de ser um vídeo aleatório, vamos colocar uma série do canal, né? Eu acho que segunda e sexta aí é uma boa. Ou mais, né, também. Eu vou postando, assim, se dependendo do retorno. Se vocês estiverem gostando, eu posso trazer todo dia, pelo menos, um episódio do Red Dead e mais um vídeo, cara. Mas essa é a rotina que eu quero seguir aqui no canal, né, que eu tô tendo como base. Eu fiquei uma semana, né, sem postar aqui nada no canal, porque... eu tava desenvolvendo roteiros, eu tava tendo algumas ideias, e uma delas foi a do Red Dead, né? Mas aí, essa semana, guys, vídeos aí, todo dia. Eu tô gravando esse vídeo na segunda e eu vou postar ele na segunda, tá? O horário que eu vou postar os vídeos, eu não posso confirmar muito, porque depende de como eles estão sendo editados e tudo mais. Mas, a ideia é postar eles... ali ou 3 horas da tarde, né, 3 ou 4 horas, ou postar ele no período ali mais da noite, né, umas 8, 9 horas, que eu acho que é quando vocês estão mais assistindo aí os vídeos do canal, né. E, de novo, muito obrigado por assistir esse vídeo. Se você ficou até aqui, não esqueça de deixar o like, de se inscrever no canal e comentar o que você quer ver aqui no canal, porque eu levo muita opinião de vocês em consideração. Então, cara... fala aí o que você quer ver aqui no canal. E, cara, tô muito ansioso aqui pra gravar essa série. Cara, esse jogo é delícia. Tá rodando a 60 frames, 1080p, tudo bonitinho. Então, muito obrigado. Deixa o like e a gente se vê no próximo vídeo. Tamo junto. Fechou. É nóis. Até mais.